Special request, Bun Bo Hue, aka BBH, aka spicy, beefy, porky noodle soup from my sister, brother-in-law, and my nephews coming to visit from the Bay. They wanted Bun Bo Hue because it's been way too long. And when you see this pot as a kid, you know it's going to be a party. So let's get it started. Let's assemble the troops. We got some beef tendon. Beautiful beef tendon here, about 4 pieces. We got a beef shanker. And we got some pork neck. And this is going to be for the base of our broth. So let's bring up some regular water to a boil with some salt, and we're going to start parboiling the shank, the tendons, and the pork neck to boil off any scum and to guarantee a clear, healthy broth. At the end, let it rip for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we're going to rinse everything off with cold water a few times, ridding all the scum, the old blood, and whatever else is hiding in these things. Cold water, and then we're going to fill our main pot back up with that high quality H2O, because 80% of our noodle soup is water. So we got to use good water, just like the earth. Everything goes back in, and we're going to bring this to a low boil / simmer. And this is the beginning of greatness. We're going to add some salt on its way to the boil, and we're going to come back in 1 hour to sift out the pork neck bones, because after 1 hour these bad boys are perfectly cooked. We're gonna rinse them once again and give them a cold plunge with some ice cubes until the ice melts, and then we're gonna drain and dry and set aside. Let's get started with our fresh aromatics. I got a stalk of lemongrass, medium piece of ginger, and a medium yellow sweet onion. Cut up the lemongrass, give it a little pound, and just tie it up if you can, just for easier management. If not, not the end of the world. So this is our broth, about an hour so in. No pork neck bones. I'm gonna skim with a mesh to clean it out even more. There's going to be little pieces of bones and random things in there, so continue to do so to guarantee a clean broth. And then we're going to add our lemongrass, we're going to add our ginger, and we're going to add our yellow onion and bring that to a boil. Another hour, 2 hours total for this beef shank. It's tender, fork tender. We're going to rinse this off, give it a cold plunge, drain it, dry it, store it in the fridge, and we'll get back to this later. That's our beef shank. Now to our seasoning. I got some dried shrimp paste. Link below on the brand I use. I think this is the key to a good Bun Bo Hue. Dry shrimp paste, some fish sauce, and some ruoc cane sugar. Sift out more scum, and then we're going to add our fish sauce, our ruoc cane sugar, and we're going to mesh through our dried shrimp paste, because these things don't dissolve too well. I store it in the fridge so it's kind of hard to work with. So just slowly work that through the mesh with the hot water and infuse it in the broth. Just top it off with a touch more high quality H2O. And then this is hour 3. 3 total hours on heat. The beef tendons come out. They are soft. They are jiggly. Just bring those out and set aside. And next we're going to fish out our ginger, yellow onion, and lemongrass. These have been there for about an hour. Tis time to transfer it to a smaller stock pot. Now that the hard work is over, all the obstructions are gone. We have a clean broth full of flavor, full of soul, full of love. And I like doing this just because it's easier to manage towards the end. And I like working in a bigger pot when dealing with all the aromatics and whatnot. Next up, let's start on our flavor bomb, our chili oil. So here I have some avocado oil, and I'm simmering some annatto seeds. And these seeds turn the oil into a red color, and that's why Bun Bo Hue is that beautiful red color. Doesn't really change the flavor at all. This technique is just to naturally change the color of the oil to make it pretty, because we like our food pretty in Vietnam too. And here I'm using avocado oil. Most places will use vegetable oil here. And not only is it bad for you, but the flavor of vegetable oil just does not taste good. Avocado oil is the move here. I wouldn't use olive oil. I would use avocado oil if you had a choice. So it's either vegetable oil or avocado oil. You choose. Then we're going to bring that beautiful red avocado oil up into a low simmer. We're going to add our crushed chili flakes. I would say about 80% chili flakes, 10% red chili powder, and 10% garlic powder. So bring that to a low simmer. Careful, hot oil. And here is the superstar. This is just minced lemongrass that you can find at many Vietnamese Asian markets. It's just minced up lemongrass. And it's a lifesaver, because cutting up fresh lemongrass will ruin most of your blades. It's a very tough stalk. It'll ruin most knives and blades if you play with it. So I'd rather just buy it minced. Bring everything up to a low boil, and then we're going to add everything to that already flavorful broth. And this just brings another layer of flavor, of color, textures to tickle all the senses, every part of the tongue. And look at that thing. That is basically the final product. Taste here, add salt, sugar, or fish sauce to your likings. Next, we're going to prepare our proteins for this dish. And this is jalo jing. This is Vietnamese ham. There are many versions of this, but I like this one here because they make it fresh on the weekends only. In the morning, you can get them still hot. Thinly slice those up. Here is our beautiful beef shank that we have been resting in the fridge. And look at how tender that is with all the connective tissue. I love this cut here. It has so much texture to it, so much flavor. This is the main protein star of the dish, beef shank. And I like to thinly or thickly slice these bad boys up. And you can see within it all the tendon, connective tissue on the outside, mixing with the beef. Such a cool cut, such a flavorful cut. And here we have our beef tendon. jiggly, jaggly beef tendon. Look at that. Just push down on your knife. No need to saw. Push. Push. Beautiful beef tendon. And these are our 3 proteins today. Ruoc, shank, and beef tendon. Prep. Set aside. Look at how beautiful our proteins are today. Full of textures, full of flavor. Next up, our garnishes. Thinly sliced white onions, thinly sliced green onions, and cilantro. And we have whole peppermint leaves and Thai basil there. And these are the noodles that I'm using today. They're basically vermicelli noodles, much thicker. And you can find these at the Asian market. It specifically says Bun Bo Hue on the packaging. You can't miss it. Thick vermicelli, bouncy, ricey goodness. And boil these down per the instructions and rinse with cold water. And we're almost there, everybody. It's almost time to serve. And it's time to eat, everybody. This is Kim's bowl here. Unfortunately, she didn't get to enjoy it with the family because she was at work. Hold the beef tendon. Add your thinly sliced red cabbage, or you can use bean sprouts. There wasn't any good bean sprouts at the supermarkets. So, red cabbage shall do. Green will work. The purple one just looks prettier. Add your mint, add your basil. Squeeze that lime to balance out the saltiness. And this is the reason Bun Bo Hue is starting to creep up on pho. It's just full of flavor. I think a lot of people are scared to order it because it's fundamentally spicy. But it's really easy to make. Make it at home. It's easier than pho. It's just a lot of steps. But I'm glad that my sister Phan, my brother-in-law Dan, shout out nephews Wesley and Austin, came to visit. It was good seeing them. It was hot. They hung out, ate some Bun Bo Hue. Even Wesley, his taste buds are evolving. He had a bowl. Didn't mind the spice. Austin, on the other hand, you'll get there one day, buddy. And this is my bowl here. The dak bits of dak bits. I want everything. I want the jaw. I want the tendon. I want that shank. In goes the herbs. In goes the red cabbage. Beautiful thick vermicelli noodles. Beautiful color in the broth and the lemongrass and the spice and the garlic and the just a well-composed dish. All about execution. Nothing better than cooking for your loved ones, especially upon request. And I got the approval from my sister, from the oh so tough Dan Phan. Liked it, surprisingly. And again, everybody, thank you for watching.